also known as the Gold Digger Girl, coming in to talk to you about how I use this cash flow formula to smash almost 6 figures of debt. I know, kind of crazy. So I really thought to myself, and I'm always thinking about like what you need. And I thought, I don't really talk about how we we really did dig our way out of the debt, but also some of the other things I did to speed it up because, when it comes to getting out of debt or, increasing your cash flow, like there are strategies around that, but it can seem maybe a bit overwhelming or a bit daunting, or how do you get started? So I wanted to share that with you today, what really worked for me. Okay, what best describes you when we're talking about, cash flow today? I want to take a little inventory here, a little stock, okay? Comment below with A, B, or C. What best describes you? Right now, by the way, when you take these little personality tests, they're always like, as you are right now, right? Okay, A, you are debt-free. And if you don't feel comfortable answering, you don't have to, but debt-free, not counting your house. And I'm going off of Dave Ramsey, who is like one of my financial coaches and mentors. Your house is considered an asset. So debt would be like credit cards, automobiles, that kind of thing. Okay. A is you're debt-free. B is you're getting there. Okay. Getting there means every month you have less debt than you did the month before. Pretty simple. Okay. So B is getting there. And C is SOS. Okay. C is like, I don't know. I have no idea. I'm glad that you're doing this training because I was just thinking, yeah, sigh. Yeah. You can also put an emoji. You could put the poop emoji. It's just ish. And I just want to take a minute to also say, in my humble opinion, because I'm very opinionated, but I just personally had to go through this with someone and it was not pretty. It is not okay to not know what's going on in your finances, okay? And this is my opinion. You could disagree. You might be like, my husband handles it all, or it's if anything ever happens and you not knowing, it's not awesome, okay? I literally have just seen it happen to someone and it was not good. The reason being, you don't have to manage them, but you need to know, okay? So A, you're debt-free. B, you're getting there. And C, SOS, okay? Like, help a sister out. Tell me what you did. Okay. And I was C for a very long time, and I know I talk a lot about money and wealth and, what we've created here in Gold Digger, because I want you to know it's possible. I am somebody who has had an eviction notice on her apartment door. I am somebody who has almost had a vehicle repossessed because I couldn't make the payments. I am somebody who literally was declined pumping gas because I was pulling out every card and there was nothing left on any of them because I had just bought a $200 pair of jeans at the mall in my mid-20s when I didn't have any money. I couldn't get gas. Okay. I remember asking my friend, can you cover the gas? And it was awful. Okay. Credit score crushing it down to, 500. Like I have been there, you guys. Okay. And I say that so it's totally possible to turn your situation around. And what I've learned, there's a couple of different things that you can do to change your situation, okay? Yeah, if there's any success stories, please put that in the comments so others can be inspired by that, okay? I love that. Our next big goal is to pay this house off completely. We don't need to. I mean, we could just take that extra money and, do whatever. But my husband personally really likes the idea of it, all out, right? Whatever. Okay. So, choices. Decrease your spending is your first choice. Okay. So let me give you a strategy. If you don't know your spending right now, this can be really helpful. If you're doing, and this is what I used to do and I didn't really know, is I would get a credit card and I handled our finances. I always have. It's like, I love money. I love numbers, even when I wasn't doing it the right way. I'm not a good steward. I've always loved that. I would get the credit card statement in the mail, you know what I'm talking about, and I pay it off. And then I would be like, yeah, we're okay. Like, that's not a plan, okay? Did I really know how much was going out and how much was coming in? Because you can't just go off of, your husband makes 80 grand a year. Well, there's taxes, there's insurance, right? Like, what's the take home? So your first choice in going through a cash flow change here is decrease spending. This is what we did. I've never been able to stick to a budget. I don't like budgets. I don't like the word. I feel like it's like dieting, like right? But I will tell you this, we went through the total money makeover. Dave Ramsey has a book. If you just get on Audible, he has a financial peace university where if you're like, no, I need in person, a lot of churches run them and you go in person and they work with you on a step. And then the next week you come back. So if you need like full on hand holding, just search Financial Peace University. Also, while I have you guys on here, and this has also been on my heart, I want to do more in this capacity for you guys. Would it be helpful if we created something like that? Like, would it be helpful to you if myself, my coaching team, we put something together where we walked alongside you as you got on a budget and started to understand your money a little bit more and some different things that you could do to increase your cash flow? Let me know. I don't know when, but it's been there. Like God's like, hey, you've learned stuff. Go help them. So yeah, budgeting is like a diet, and you put the big diet plan together, and what happens? You're good Monday, you're good Tuesday, and then Wednesday your coworkers are like, let's go to lunch. And before you know it, you're like, oh, forget it. I'll do it next week and then next month. That's kind of how budgeting is. Like for me, I would put a budget together and I wouldn't follow it. And I'm like, forget it. Once you understand the total money makeover, it's something shifts in you. So basically he calls them the baby steps. We have a full training on this inside of the back office. If you're in our programs at all, it's in your back office. And there's a whole budget like a boss masterclass I did. It's like 75 minutes or something. It takes you through all of this. Okay. So you're going to decrease your spending. And what I mean by that is you're going to know what your spending is. And you're going to say, okay, so for us, our biggest issue when we were getting out of debt, and to put it in perspective, you guys, Addison was 2 when we decided to do this. Elise was 1. And I couldn't pay $40 a month for dance classes. There was like a teacher at her little preschool so she could see it happening. And the school owner's like, she really wants to do that. I'm like, we don't even have $40. And she got a 6-month scholarship from the owner. And I promised myself by the end of the 6 months, I'd be able to pay for it. That was like a huge driver for me. Seems so silly, doesn't it? But it was, and some of you can relate. You're like, yeah, no, I can't, $40. Okay. So when you look at the budget, what Scott and I realized is it was Amazon. And what was happening is he would go on Amazon, I would go on Amazon. And like, before you know it, we were like, we didn't know what we bought on Amazon. I love the convenience of Amazon. Like I use it. I'm not saying it's bad, but it's one of those black hole things. For you, it could be online shopping. It could be the grocery store. When I used to do all of our cooking, my thing was I would run into the grocery store like after work, at least 2 times a week, if not 3. And I would walk out with $25 at minimum every time to go get like spaghetti sauce. I don't know. It's like Target. You can't just walk out and buy one thing. That adds up, 3 random trips to the grocery store, $75. So decreased spending isn't to be, you guys can't go do things. It's just to start to say, all right, what are we spending money on? How, like, what does it really equate to? And then we made the decision that we weren't buying gifts for each other. We weren't going on vacation. We just said, you know what, let's just buckle down. Let's just get this under control. And with both of us, this is why I really think finances, if you're married or have a partner, I think finances you need to be on the same page. Because if one of you is trying to save and the other's spending, which is very common, it causes tension. Okay. All right. Now, just like your home, that's good debt. Investing in coaching and all that stuff, you know me, I'm always going to consider that an investment. So you can fight me on that on the side, but I consider that an investment. Okay. So our choices are to decrease our spending. Okay. Total Money Makeover, you guys, grab that book, okay? The second choice you have is to increase your cash flow, okay? This is where multiple streams of income come into play. And this is absolutely what we're seeing with our students. It's awesome. We have Sarah, I just interviewed her last week, but Sarah, I'm going to be doing some coaching with her for stage presence and speaking and all that. But Sarah, during what happened with the pandemic, she was a show performer in Vegas, and her livelihood was gone overnight. And because of what she was learning in our program, she was able to pivot, and she started her own event production company, and it's been going strong ever since. So multiple streams of income is sometimes layering in multiple streams. Sometimes it's getting that promotion at work. Sometimes it's saying, I want to start this coaching business over here. Sometimes it's acknowledging where you're at right now in your network marketing or direct sales isn't the right fit, right? You're like, the numbers aren't adding up. It's not working. Okay. That's not an easy conversation to have, but you need to increase the cash flow. Another thing, that helped me a lot is personally for us, I was like, talking to Scott, and I was like, is there anything like for you, what's your career path? Like, is there anything that you want to get certified in or learn or whatever? And he was like, yeah, actually, he actually just completed it. He has this like really cool trophy, but, it was like a leadership thing. And he actually got, he's awesome. He was like, oh, I have 4 job offers. Which one do I want? But when that happened, we had that conversation. What we realized is like, oh my gosh, his skills, he is very valuable in the marketplace. He was able to put himself out there and get 4 job offers and take a huge pay increase. That cash flow, increasing the cash flow conversation would have never happened if I wouldn't have said, hey, we're going to have a conversation here about our spending, and it's R. Okay, you don't point the fingers, you don't divide, you come together. And when I realized that he could increase his cash flow, and then in my job, I was like, okay, there's a couple things I can do, but I realized it was going to be to replace my income and quit. I knew I could make more not having that job. So it's multiple streams of income. It's moving companies. It's looking for a promotion in your corporate job. It's saying, I'm going to launch a course, or I'm going to start that coaching. Okay. Or maybe a VA service. I mean, you guys all have gifts that you're just not using, right? Elevating your online presence. That's why I talk about it all the time. This is how you make more money. You elevate your online presence and you will make more money, because people will see you as somebody who has an elevated online presence, and they're going to want to work with you. Okay. So we've got to increase the cash flow. The third choice, my personal favorite choice, is to do both and turbocharge. Do both of these and turbocharge. So we're going to decrease the spending and we're going to increase the cash flow. You will get to a point where the spending decreasing the spending isn't such a thing. But I highly recommend decreasing your spending, and meaning on expenses, clothes, vacations, spending a bunch of money, going out to dinner all the time, all that stuff where you're like, okay, we could rein it in for a little bit. We went from, like I said, almost 6 figures of debt, and we were able to pay it off completely, all of it, cars. I mean, we had 2 brand new vehicles, all the credit card debt, everything, in less than in a year and a half. I think it was even less than that. But we had to really buckle down for about 6 months, where it was like, I wasn't buying anything. My shoe fell apart at work, and I asked the maintenance guy to use some Gorilla Glue to glue the bottom back on. I was like, I'm not spending $1 until we get ahead of this thing. So you won't have to be like that forever. Okay. We don't follow a budget now. We're like, we'll have conversations about things and make decisions, but we don't have this like strict budget. Okay. So decrease spending, increase your cash flow, do both, and you turbocharge. Okay. So you rein in the spending, you increase your cash flow, and it's just a matter of time before you're debt free. Okay. And being debt free, what's so wonderful about being debt free is because then you can start making really great decisions. So like we saw, oh my gosh, we can buy this, 2.5 acres up at the top of the mountain in Angel Fire. We had the cash to buy it, made them an offer, and they took our offer right away because we had cash deal. Boom. Okay. If, his truck is getting older, when we decide, okay, what does he want to get? We have cash to buy that thing. That's a lot cheaper to just pay cash for something than get out a 6-year truck loan, right? So when you're debt free, that cash will allow you to do things that you couldn't do before. Plus, you just sleep a little bit better at night. You know what I mean? Okay. So decrease spending, increase cash flow, do both, and turbocharge. Okay. So who here is committed to really getting a good cash flow formula for themselves? Like really, really take a look at it, okay? And there's a really great, he'll give you all kinds of resources, Dave Ramsey. Refer to Dave for now, and we'll come up with our own thing here within the Goal Digger community. But he has an app called Every Dollar. Is it everydollar.com? Does anyone know? Just search Every Dollar. It'll come up. And on the app, you account for every dollar before the month starts. So like if you have $10,000 coming in for the month between, you and your husband, whatever, you say, all right, this much goes to the mortgage. This much goes to our credit cards. This much goes in savings. Like you plan it out ahead of time. And then all you're doing is matching it up with what actually happened. So then you can start to see, oh, we overspent with groceries. Okay. Did we overspend, or do we need to adjust the budget? Like it really just puts you in the driver's seat. All I can say, my last thing to say is don't put your head in the sand. it's not going to change your situation. And whatever it is, like say you have it's embarrassing to admit this. I had secret credit card debt that my husband didn't know about. Anyone relate? Having that conversation is like the walk of shame. You're just like, ugh. But once I had the conversation with him, I was like, and here's me cutting it up in front of you. But I was able to come clean. And I can't even tell you what it did for our marriage to get on the same page with our finances. It's the number one cause of divorce, and you doing this thing over here and him doing this thing over here. That's not biblical. It's not healthy. But when you can come clean like that and address it, or maybe it is looking at the budget and the finances and the numbers or the credit card debt, when you come clean and you address it, now you've got this like just honesty around it, and you can put a plan together and just go full force ahead and stop feeling guilty and have shame around it. Money is energy. It gives whatever emotion you want to give it is what you're giving it. This is your choice. So let's change that. Okay. Let's get excited about smashing the debt and be like, oh my gosh, I'm debt free. And you high five each other every month when you get closer to your goal. It's the best. Okay. All right. So if you still want to jump in, or not still, if you want to jump into like a goal digger conference, if you just put conference in the comments, we get aligned with what you want. So if you see it and you're like, oh, I want that. I want to meet Kimberly. I want to get a picture with Kimberly. I want to meet her people. Then go do it. Okay. You get aligned with what you want. And again, this stuff, conferences, coaching, all that stuff, it's a tax write-off, but also those are investments in yourself and your business. Nothing will grow. Your cash flow can't grow until you invest in your business. Okay. So conference, put conference in the comment. Once you get your conference ticket, take a screenshot or a video of yourself, yay, or a picture of me, or the landing page, whatever. Take a picture of something, throw it in your stories and tag us at the Goal Digger Girl. But we want you there. You absolutely need to get yourself there, make it happen. And let's change some lives and let's get lit. Okay. So I hope this cash flow formula was helpful to you today. I love teaching this kind of stuff. So expect more of that from me. Thanks for being on. Until next time, get lit in your business and set your soul on fire.